What's up, guys? Today is Friday, August 19th, 2011. You know what? It is a really nice day today. I'm not even doing that much. All I'm doing is just talking to you guys. And why am I not in school? You may be asking. Well, because I don't have schools on Fridays. No, I'm not ditching, and no, I'm not sick. I just don't have school on Fridays. Now, you may be saying, man, you're so lucky. Why don't you have school on Fridays? It's because my schedule is just working out that way. I just don't have school on Fridays. Okay, so don't get mad at me. Okay? So, speaking of not having school on Fridays, so you may be asking, so what are you going to be doing at home, Alberto? What are you going to do this Friday? I mean, it's Friday. You got to hang out with your friends probably, or doing whatever. Well, I decided to hang out with you guys. And what I want to talk about is school, because it is the first week of my school year. And you guys are probably not in school yet, and you guys are probably looking for some advice on learning how to study, or doing homework, or being able to remember things that, you know, your teacher taught you. Well, I actually did a little bit of that yesterday, because I had a sociology class. Well, I have a sociology class, and I learned this little thing called sociological imagination. I actually made a video about it yesterday. So, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch the video that I made yesterday about sociological imagination. Now, sociological imagination is what I learned in sociology, and I didn't know what it was before. Now I know about it a lot. How? Because I taught myself. I taught you guys. How did I teach myself? How did I teach you guys? Well, because I told it to you guys through video. I did it through YouTube. And you guys can do that too. You guys can help yourself by teaching it. That's one of the best ways of learning how to learn in school, or to be able to have it in your memory. Why? How is teaching a subject or a thing that you learned in school going to help you remember things? Think about it this way. If you continue seeing the subject or seeing the content that you learned in school, that will then stay in your mind. Now, if you continue to see it, right? You continue to see, let's say, or you hear a person say, a pen is either blue or black ink. A pen is either blue or black ink. A pen is either blue or black ink. If I keep saying this over and over again, you will pretty much believe that the pen is either blue or black ink. Because I kind of verified it, and you saw it. People learn either by sight or thing. And, I say blue or black ink many times. Repetition helps people learn. Usually that's how people learn scripts and stuff like that. But usually that stays in your short term. Now, how about if you taught it and you understood what the bottom line of everything was? Let's say if I taught you 1 plus 1 equals 2. Why does 1 plus 1 equals 2? Because whenever you add something to 1, whenever you add something with 1, to 1, you know what happens? That number goes to the right of the numerical line. You know how the number line is taking out negatives? It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it just goes on forever. That's 0, and the little number line, you put the little lines. Yeah. So you see why when you add 1, it goes to the next number, and you add another 1, it goes to the next number. You add 2, you skip 1, you go to the next number, and that's the second number to that number. So you continue doing that, and if you subtract, you go -1. So now you do that. So when you can teach it to somebody and say, that you go down the number line, you go up the number line, that. But before you teach somebody plus or minus, whatever, you got to teach them how to make a number line. And why is the number line like this? Why is the number line like that? That's what you got to teach. Be in depth. You got to know, and that's how, teachers teach. Now, if it's as simple as making a number line, or doing addition or subtraction, or, doing something as hard as, probably like, let's say calculus or physics or something up there, it's always the same. If you can teach somebody, teachers can teach. You know why they know the subject so well? It's because they teach it. They're teaching it over and over again, and they know it. Now, it's even better to know it if you got it underlined. Do you notice some teachers, they have a piece of paper, like notes? Those aren't word for word. It's like a PowerPoint. You know when a teacher has a PowerPoint, it's not like verbatim. Sometimes it is, but sometimes they say even more. It's because they know the underlying things about the subject. So do that. But what I want you to do is, in order to be able to see it again, is to do your homework. Alright? Do your homework and do that. Do the notes. So what you want to do is, when you do the notes, you can look over the notes. And then do your homework by looking over your notes. So you're seeing it about, the first time you see it is when the teacher teaches you. Second time you see it is through your notes. Third time you see it is when you do your homework. Fourth time you see it is the time you study before your quiz. The fifth time you see it is when you see your notes again, your homework again, your quiz that you took not right before the test, but before the test, the day of. Then the sixth time you see it, or you can kind of debate about how many times that already is, but let's say sixth is the day, the day of the test, where you're kind of trying to jam-pack all the stuff that you learned. Okay? So that would be like the seventh time you saw it. 7 is a lucky number. 7 is a lucky number. We know that. Why is 7 a lucky number? It just is. We like to remember things by 7. Phone numbers. Just happen to be 7 numbers. If you take out the 3 digits beforehand. Alright, we can remember things by 7. Plus or minus whatever, I forgot. I think it's plus or minus 3. Plus or minus something. But, we can literally learn some, I think it's 5, and then we can learn something plus or minus that. By 2. Plus or minus 2. Because, we can learn by clusters, we can learn, those are just ways of remembering stuff. And by the time you're done with your test, you're good with it. And by the time, and so you do the exact same things when you got to do the state test and everything. By the time you know it, you got an A in the class. You got an A in the test. You're number 1 in the class, you're number 1 in the state, you're number 1 in the country, you're number 1 in the world of that subject, about that thing, about how +1 is, a way to just go up or go to the right of the number scale. Or depending on which way you draw your number scale, it could be on the left. Right? It's just that way. That's how it is. And that's a way for you guys to remember. So I want to help you guys, and so that's a way to do your homework. So do your homework in that way. Do your homework. It always helps because you get to see the content again. You know what? If you want even extra practice, look online for extra problems. Extra word problems, extra stuff if you think you have a problem with that. But homework is what I want to talk about. Do your homework. It's just another way of doing it. Alright? So I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys. I hope you guys take my advice. Hopefully next week I can give you some more advice on whatever it is. I may not be giving advice. I may be just doing something. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace off.